just go right into the titanium white. And the way I'm going to load this is just sweeping through that paint like this, just both sides, till about that much paint. Okay, and then for the sake of the video, I'll just keep on going. Yeah, so I want this glow in the sky, all right? So I'm just gonna start doing those X's, and I'll start from the center and then work my way out. And then as I go out, it's gonna pick up that color and get more and more and more dark. It's gonna get darker because we're working with those oils. It's just gonna have a nice glow into the horizon.
Now, what kind of paint brushes are these that have like the weird funky fan on the end of them?
Brush. So this is a fan brush.
Okay.
Yeah.
Makes sense.
Exactly what you said. Maybe a little bit lower. Okay.
I think I put enough white on it when you did, but
Instead of a
This is ShanChan's.
Instead of a waterfall, let's do just a lake in front.
okay.
Okay, so we're gonna do that now. Let's wipe off our brush. Go through the white again.
White again.
Yep.
Same amount.
Yep, about the same amount. So the X's in the sky made it nice and soft and cloudy. Okay. But if we go in straight horizontal lines and start at the bottom and work from the outside in,
Okay.
and lift off as we go to the center from both ends, you see it really? We can add water.
Huh.
And we can soften it with this brush.
Look at that. That's pretty cool.
So make sure to start from the outside and go in. Outside, go
I
in.
went the outside and it went like a really, really dark right there.
That's okay, because we're going to add some trees in the front, so yeah, just keep on working the outside. It'll get there eventually. So remember when I said if you wanted to add color, we could do that afterwards? If you feel like your sky wants to be more purple or more blue or like the more blueberry,
Mine does not look as good as yours.
or more like you can add a little bit of crimson into your sky.
With the X strokes again, right?
Yeah, I just went and loaded just a touch with this big brush into this red color. And you can sometimes add just some pretty extra color to make it pop.
What'd you do in the sky? You did that in the sky too? With
Yep.
red?
But as long as it's X's in the sky, and then
lines
go
down
lines
there.
down there. You can add some blue if you want. Any blue, any purple. Just whatever you want to make your sky and your water happy.
Because happy is the important thing.
That's right.
Yeah. That kind of looks
looking
good.
pretty good,
Yeah, very nice. You can go back and add more white if you like. Just starting from that center and just working your way out. Get more of a glow. Our little glow is right here.
Okay,
I just added a little bit more white with my fan brush, and I just cleaned it off first like this, and then I loaded it into my white color, and then I went through this one more time just to add a little bit more cloudy, misty. See how that's so pretty?
Wow.
And then anytime you feel like you want the brush strokes to disappear, switch brushes to this 1-inch
And then
brush
and smooth it out.
and smooth it out. Perfect. And you can spend as long as you want on your sky.
But you got to do the X strokes in the sky to make it
the
look
X
right.
strokes.
Yeah, to make
No matter
it-
which brush you're
to
using,
make it
right?
cloudy, just to distribute it's just the way that it's mixing those colors together. I don't quite know why it does it that way, but it just does.
That looks pretty.
Yeah.
And yeah, you put blue in there too? I saw you put blue like right there.
That's what that looks like. Just whatever colors you like.
So basically, by adding this liquid coat here, it allows you to
all
blend
of
the colors.
to blend.
Got
Yeah.
it.
And the red was done with this brush, right?
Yes, the reds and the blues. Would you like to add some stars?
We can.
It's fun.
Okay.
Yes, do it.
Okay.
All right, let's get all of
I
those
didn't put any blue
all
in,
of
but-
those brush strokes softened. Or just, you can add blue. Add blue in that corner right there and make it really dark.
Okay. This one.
Yeah.
Like over here?
Yeah.
Okay.
And just kind of soften it out. And with this big brush, it just becomes a lot softer.
Yeah, I like that. The blue is really
Isn't that
nice.
pretty? Very nice.
That's nice.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Right, you're done with it?
Okay. All right.
All right. Would you like to add some stars?
Okay. Okay.
Okay. I'll do it to mine, and if you don't like the
Okay.
look of mine, then you don't have to do it on yours. How's that? We'll make all the happy
Stop for a
accidents on
second.
mine. Like the liquid, I call it liquid white. Liquid. This is liquid clear,
Uh-huh.
and this is liquid white.
Okay.
Just a different brand.
Okay.
Same thing.
Okay.
All right.
Is this the liquid white that he usually paints over his?
Yes. Yes.
Yep.
So this is thin down paint,
Okay.
and it's like it's a mixture of linseed oil and terps and whatever. It has its own little formula, and this formula is different a little bit than the Bob Ross brand, but they both work just fine.
Are you gonna like tap?
Yeah.
See, I said I've seen stuff.
So this is like a mini fan brush here, yes.
Yeah, I'm just gonna use the clean one. Just gonna dab it in there. Dab it in that lid so that it's like that.
Okay.
And we'll just use this one. I might have to grab
Okay.
it. Yeah. Now the sun is shining on it.
Yep.
Right in my eyes.
I wish we had some.
I think I'm gonna fold that so I can see because it's blinding me. Okay, so
Flick
from
it.
this I'm just gonna flip it.
Oh, look at that.
Oh. Yeah.
That's pretty awesome.
Here we
I'll
go.
do it. Yeah.
Alright.
Okay.
Okay, while you're doing that, I'm gonna get that one more fold over. Ooh, crazy. Looks very Milky Way galaxy. And then in the water, you can just go over it and turn that back in the water. But hold on, really good.
It's starting to look like Bob Ross, honey.
Is it?
Okay, so let's clean off our knife.
Now, what is the name of this little tool that you have here?
This is a palette knife.
A palette
So this
knife.
is,
Okay.
it's not labeled, but it's wore off by now. But it's a palette knife, and it might be easier for her to have a smaller one. If I were to buy one over the other, I would pick a smaller
Get a smaller one? Okay.
If she's doing smaller canvases.
Okay.
It's harder to do.
Which we're probably going to do because we live in a tiny home and you can buy more smaller canvases for less money.
Wait. So you live in a tiny home, like one of the cool tiny homes?
A 360 square foot house.
Oh, okay. I thought like the ones that are built for like converted.
Well, we built it out of a shipping container.
Yeah, metal
so
shipping
yeah.
You did.
Mm-hmm.
So cool.
You go in it, it's like a little apartment. It's
My
great.
dream is to go and do that and live on a piece of property in Hawaii.
Nice.
Love to do that. As soon as I don't have kids.
Yeah, there's definitely no room for kids in there.
Yeah. All right, so let's smooth down your paint again, just like that.
Okay.
Okay. So now I'm gonna hold this knife, and you're holding it perfect, exactly overhand, just right. So now I'm going to go down and slide. You see how that builds a ridge of paint? Good. Yes, perfect. All right, so this mountain kind of it starts over here. So I'm gonna just put it down and go over to make that peak. So here and over. That makes the first peak. Good.
Mine didn't smear as much as yours.
Okay, that's okay.
It's like it didn't have enough
Then
paint
you
on
can
that
load
part.
again. So as I go, I'm only getting this to get the color, a dark color. Let's put 3 peaks. So 1, 2, and a little peak down there. So leave that stain. Did you see how your mountain is kind of almost too slanted? Maybe turn it a little bit up like this to get a nice rounded outline of a peak. Okay, yeah. Yeah, you see that? And then round out that top. Just maybe change the shape so it's not just a triangle. You can get more paint. That will help. Okay, so do you see how if I were to continue with this line, it would go off the side? So continue pulling down like this just to get a nice line right here. Because this bright area looks really nice with the dark mountain in the background. So just kind of keep on pulling down, 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 and that'll make a nice line there. Very nice. And then if I were to continue with this one, it would go off this side of the canvas. Like this line would just go right off there. So that's what I want there instead of like a too sharp of a line down into the river.
Like a pizza. The frames are $20 if you're interested. I have a box right here. Like this.
Very nice. That's beautiful. Yes. Those are some good mountains there. I think you'll be happy with that. Perfect. Okay, so now I want you to scrape all of that off underneath. Yep. That's what keeps the paint sticky. Oh, just reshape it. Just making a nice outline before we put highlights on. Can I see? Can I see? Oh, you want to see some of this?
Okay. Just put this down?
Yep, just put that one down. Here. I'm going to wipe off some of this.
Am I supposed
All right.
to have them out and go out that far?
Yeah, just watch this, watch.
Okay.
So, yes, you are supposed to have it. I mean, it will go that far in just a
Okay,
second.
I just didn't at this point, so.
Yeah, don't worry, it will.
Okay.
It will. Okay, so I'm going to have this handle pointing down so that I can see the top edge because I don't want my top edge going into my sky.
Okay.
Okay, so I'm going to get that firm pressure and lay it just below my sky. Okay, and choose, put your brush right here.
Okay.
Okay, right at the lowest peak. So there, and then we're going to go all the way off to the edge of the canvas. And then wipe it off. See how it just went and it made an edge there.
It blended the whole thing.
Yeah, very nice.
Okay.
So now go up to your next peak, which
Okay.
will be right there,
Uh-huh.
and do the same thing. But this time you don't have to go off to the
Yeah.
edge. You can just go like that.
Yeah. Okay.
Okay, and wipe it off.
Okay. Now we're
Okay,
doing the mask.
and then you can do your tallest one. You have one more peak tonight, which is okay. Very nice. Okay,
Really
so now
pointed.
this side, we're going to hold this one on this outside
side.
edge and go this way.
Okay.
And then start with the tallest one and go that way.
Okay.
Perfect. So when you have a light canvas, that step is really important.
Okay.
But on a dark canvas, you just don't see it as much of how it blends that base and makes it look all nice and smooth and misty. But that's okay. It's just a different paint. All right. So now, clean that one off.
Okay. Got it?
Okay.
We're doing the white now?
Well, it's not white per se. We're gonna do some mixing.
Okay.
So I'm gonna grab some of that titanium white
All right.
and put it down here in my colors. And then I'm just gonna grab just a touch of phthalo blue. Now that phthalo, whenever you see the name phthalo in a pigment, it just means that it's a very strong, bright color. So I'm going to even put more white in that because
That's a pretty nice blue.
made it super white.
Yeah, you need
Right
that.
out of it.
That?
Yeah, I'm going to add just a little bit more. In fact, I'm going to take some of that away and just only work with this one. This is about the color that I want right there. I can have two shades of blue. That shade and that shade.
That one. Like that?
Yes, that's great. You have a light blue and a dark blue.
Well, I
Perfect.
didn't really mix this one yet.
It's okay. You could just leave them both like that.
Okay.
So I kind of have a
I don't have as much as you though.
I kind of have a dark blue and a light blue.
Is that enough to work with, or do I need to mix some more?
Here, let's go and just smooth them out.
Okay. There we
So that
go.
you
Okay.
do have, and it's
Okay.
really pretty that it's streaky like that.
Mhm.
So
Okay.
whenever you leave it unmixed with this step, it's perfect.
Okay.
So yeah, in
All
fact,
right.
I will do it on purpose. Unmixed and streaky.
Okay.
Now this
See?
little board we're using here, what is this? Or is this just like
This
a notepad?
is a palette paper. And this brand, Strathmore, the yellow, is the best.
Okay.
Got it.
Whenever it's another brand, I always have problems with these just coming off and then like this.
Because then when
has
you're done
the
with this, you
nice
can just pull the
glue.
sheet off and do it again, right?
You can cover this and put it in the freezer, and then it won't dry, so that you can use it again.
Oh,
It's
It's kinda cool.
great. It's
Yeah.
wonderful.
Another reason to get that extra freezers out of the room.
Yeah.
Okay. All right.
And I just kind of fold these papers up and put them in the freezer, and then when I take them out, I spread it out on a clean.
Now, when it's hot like this, it's not
thing.
going to be affecting this too much.
It
or-
does. It does dry faster. It gets
Yeah.
kind of a little tacky,
Okay.
but you don't have to worry about it with our class.
Okay.
That would take at least 2 or 3 hours.
Okay.
Now, anytime we make a Bob Ross painting, are we wanting to basically use these exact same colors?
No, you can use any colors
More or
when you
less.
want to do other pictures. I mean, this is just what was used.
These are the main primary colors.
Okay.
The phthalo blue, cad
He uses that a
yellow,
lot.
sap green, and alizarin crimson. These
If you
are
actually
the
watch his shows,
these
he uses those
four
a lot.
Okay.
but you'll want the browns.
Uh-huh.
You'll want Van Dyke brown and dark sienna, and yeah, there's like 5 more colors. There's Prussian
Okay.
blue that you don't have to
Yeah,
have
that's
if you have phthalo blue.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
See, I remember I recognize all these names.
Yep.
Okay.
All right. Next step.
All right. Next step. Okay. What am I doing here? Okay. So I'm going to start with. I'll start with this pretty dark blue.
The pretty dark one. Okay.
Yeah. Just because we have the pretty stripes, and I like that. Okay. I'll keep my palette down here so we can see it. Okay. So we're going to use this long edge of our knife,
Okay.
and I'm going to get a little bit more paint on my knife.
That's mine.
A little bit bigger of a roll. Perfect. As long as it's nice and even with no
Got it.
sticky thing hanging off the end. And you don't want to do this. You don't want to get a big thing and then go straight up.
No, because it'll make
See?
spikes. Yeah.
That's not even.
That's why you
Right.
go. That's why
Okay.
you slide it.
Yes, that's why you slide it.
Mm-hmm. See, it's slide. Yep.
Slide.
That's
Okay,
Nice
got it.
roll of paint.
Yep. Oh
Okay.
gosh, this is where I'm gonna get nervous.
So now this, I'm only holding it with 2 fingers.
Okay.
With that finger off the blade.
Mm-hmm.
This is very little pressure.
Okay.
So I'm gonna get that roll of paint to stick, and the tip of my knife is gonna drop, but my heel is gonna stay at that horizon line. So just watch me.
Ooh.
Okay? With little pressure. Don't press too hard. It's like frosting toast. Like butter on toast.
Oh my gosh.
Very nice.
It's weird.
Now,
Different, though.
it's okay. This is what we're gonna do to fix it.
Okay.
Right? I'm just gonna get this and do little touches now. Little touches. And the little touches will get that top edge and fix it wherever I have it and need it to go. So make sure there's always a roll of paint with little touches. Nope, we're just gonna go like this. So you go opposite of it and just pick it up. See?
And what do we do about the mark?
That we can get a blender brush.
Okay. There you go. That's looking better.
Wow, look at that.
Yeah. Perfect. Okay.
There you go.
Wow.
Hair's gone.
Thank you. I didn't even see that hair. I did really good on the main peak though. Look at that.
Yeah.
Yeah,
I
very
really
nice.
like that.
That's really
And then I got
pretty.
one more peak though.
Okay, so we're gonna leave that one alone
okay,
for a
because
second.
that's the dark one.
Yeah, we'll do the other. We'll do the. Now this is kind of a weird coloring.
Did
This
I do
isn't
enough
normal.
right through here? Is that going to be good or?
I think that's perfect.
Okay.
Yes. Because now we're just gonna kind of go back and forth.
I'll clean this off?
Between these, yeah. So go ahead and clean that off. I'm almost maybe
Oops,
time to get a
sorry.
new one. Okay.
Okay.
And
Got it.
you find titanium white over there. We need some more.
Yeah.
Titanium white.
Yes.
It's going to be in the white over there.
Mom, do you have
me-
titanium? Oh, can you hand me the white?
Okay.
This is the actual
So this
what's
is
on
what-
the palette.
on, like all
All
these
these
colors here
are
are going to
tubes.
be in this little
Yeah,
tube
In
thing.
this tube, yes.
Yes, that's the tubes.
Okay.
You actually see him
Titanium
sometimes
white.
get some
Okay.
extra. So, yeah.
Yeah. There you
Not
go.
very often, but you do. And you just go like that, and you there you go.
Hey, Mom,
Oh,
can
okay.
you get the
And then you can take the spatula and smear it like it
kit
is on there.
and show them the kit?
What?
The kit?
See, she's gonna do it. Just what I said, right like that. See,
Okay.
Yeah.
that's what she did for all of them.
Okay, but I want to add this blueberry color.
It has
Okay.
small tubes in it. The small tubes.
Oh, okay, let me
with the
get that on.
brushes that you need.
So this is the basically the Bob
The
Ross
start
starter kit.
Yeah. He's
Cool.
have a disc on it too. Can you see the
Yeah,
front?
it comes
From
with
the
a
other
2-inch,
side?
1-inch, a knife,
The fan, yeah.
fan.
The fan
The small
brushes.
point one,
Okay.
yeah. Because that makes the tree trunk.
And it comes
and
with
even
all
a
these different
DVD
colors?
and instructions to
Yep.
paint this painting.
Can you flip that around?
Yeah, so to make that painting. Okay, you make that painting with all this. That's great. How much?
Wow.
How much is that?
If you go to the Bob Ross company, they're like $129 right now, but I can sell it to you at 30% off
Huh.
because you've taken the class.
Yeah. So
Okay.
how much would that be? I don't know. I don't know.
I
that.
think it's around 91, I think.
Okay. Thank you. Wow. Okay. So I'm getting the dark the blueberry.
Yes.
So when you smeared all the other ones on here, did you have to? You did all that
So
with the.
I smeared down the white, and then
I
I'm
want
just
water.
kind of picking
a
it
little
up
bit.
and not over mixing. In fact, I want a little bit more crimson in there just to make it pretty.
White. Running out of white.
So I just changed my white totally.
So when you were originally put all these on here, did you have to put all those on with the knife and then just clean it on every single
Yeah,
one?
I cleaned it
Okay.
on every one.
Okay.
Yeah, I got a roll of paint here, a roll of paint, roll
Uh-huh.
of paint,
Okay.
roll of
Okay.
paint, roll of paint,
Okay.
and then I just went down like that.
So that's what you were doing while we were gone, was prepping.
Yeah, I prepped
Got it. Okay.
Okay, so now we have this white blueberry color.
Okay.
That's perfect.
Yeah, like that.
Yeah.
I love it.
It's kind of making me hungry.
Yeah,
It's
I
like
know,
Marion
right?
Berry ice cream.
Yeah.
Okay. And I'm gonna get some of that.
Yep, I'm gonna get a roll of paint.
I like
So this is my other color for this mountain. It's kind of a purpley mountain
I'm not getting a roll in there.
here. Here, I'll give you
Yeah.
some of mine.
Thank you. There we go. I didn't have
There's
enough
a
of the
nice
white
roll.
to do it. Oh. Darn it. I'm hitting the edge and up. There we go.
Oh yeah, that's why it's easier with those smaller knives.
Okay, I got a roll.
Okay, so for this one,
Okay.
I'm gonna start right here at this top. In fact, you can practice with this one first.
Okay.
We'll start here and just put a little shadow. Just to complete the peak. So you're gonna go on that one and then that one. This one and then this one. And go this way. It's always to the left with that secondary color.
I don't have like a lot of white in it, but
Now if it has a straight line, we can go back and fix it.
yeah, it does.
So go back, go to the next one. Yep, your mountains are a
Right.
little bit different. You don't like the color?
No, it doesn't have the white like you have on it.
Well,
I got
let's
too
get
much
some more
red.
white.
I'm sorry.
That's okay.
I just want a little bit of white streaks like yours has, and mine
Alright,
didn't quite do
So
that.
I'm going to not use as much of this color.
There we go.
Okay, but that might be a little bit too bright.
Yeah.
Let's go.
Yeah.
Okay, there. Try that one. See if it does something different.
Should I go over it again? Or should I start on this
If
one?
you do go over it again, just go so light that it just grazes the color. Very, very nice. Very nice.
That, and then the next one.
Yep.
That.
Yeah. Okay, now for the fun part. So now it's this peak. So I'm gonna complete this side of the peak. So I'll go all the way. Ooh, I like your white. Now
Looks
I'm a little
good.
jealous. Okay, this one, you can also turn your knife like this, if it's like this long streak, and just kind of go, as long as it's pulling to the left with that secondary
Okay.
color, that's kind of what you want. So I just went like this.
Okay. Oh.
Okay, so now that we got enough of that color, we're going to go back to our original color.
Okay.
So clean off that and get
Okay.
a... Now for the rest of this, it's just little details.
Okay, details. So going back to the...
So anytime you have like too straight of a line, you can go back and go over something. So the first thing that I'm going to do is put a highlight on this side.
Okay.
So now that I have the blue color, now I'm going to go back to pulling this way, right?
Okay.
No matter what I do. So now see, I don't exactly like that one that I did. It like went too long.
I switched a little bit.
So let me show you. I can just go right back over it with the purple and just kind of touch that up. To kind of just get that curve in there, right? There we go. Okay.
And then, which way did I do that one? This way? Wait.
Yeah, just hide the parts that you don't like. Just kind of right there. Yeah. Just go over it lightly. There you go.
There we go.
Okay, and I have just a teeny tiny little bit of blue. See how much blue I have? And I'm just gonna make up a little peak right here.
I kind of accidentally already made one right there too, so that might work.
That's a happy accident. But see,
Yeah.
it's like right at the edge. And I'll switch over, get a little bit of that purple color and make a line. See, I just kind of peeked in a little. Little color there. Maybe I want to perfect that line a little bit. Is there anything that you can do to make your mountain interesting, right?
I kind of made it close as much right here, it almost looks like it comes out again.
So I think it's great. Don't worry. There's no mistakes, only happy accidents.
I'm gonna have a lot of happy accidents for sure.
All right, so I have a roll of paint, and there's a little bit of lines from when you went like this with it. So I'm just gonna get lighter pressure. And now that I'm not holding it like this, it's gonna be a lot easier to just mold that paste over and just touch and leave all of the texture.
Oh, okay, I see. Yeah.
See all of the
So I'm
texture.
actually
Yeah, she's
dabbing
holding
it.
it in a way that her hand
Yeah,
is not
it's-
between
It's not
the knife
interfering.
and the painting.
And it's
Yeah.
dabbing it more. I wasn't dabbing it as much. So I get
Yeah.
it. Okay.
All right.
Yeah.
Okay.
All right. So should I flip?
I didn't even realize that you guys were holding them differently.
I didn't
Yeah,
notice
I-
either. I think that changed a little bit.
I need more blue.
Oh, here.
Yeah.
We can share.
Like that.
Yes. And very light pressure, light-handed, as light as a feather.
I'm afraid it's gonna mess it up.
That one's a great place to start. You can start right there. There you go. You got it. You nailed it. That's
Can I do this one
awesome.
too?
Yeah. Just make sure you have enough paint.
Yeah, I didn't use all of it.
And I love how you're going to the right consistently. That's great.
Now it's starting to look more like mountains. Okay.
There you
Mhm.
go.
Yeah.
There you go.
I need to fix
Yeah,
that.
now your texture is matching hers
Mm-hmm.
Yes.
just by holding that
wasn't-
thing differently.
Yeah, I wasn't getting the texture right.
And then that one's just a short one.
Yeah.
Try not to use just the corner though, a little bit more of the brush.
Did you
So-
see that? Did you take I fixed it?
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
All right. So back to this blender brush.
So clean that off and put that back.
Yep,
Blender
there
brush.
you go.
All right.
Mine, I don't know about yours, but mine's just kind of too yucky.
Yep.
I'm gonna throw this
I'm gonna
one
just
away.
fold it the other way and use this backside a little bit.
Oh, okay. You do that. Mine's a little bit too much. I'm gonna just start with this one.
There we go. I dropped it on the plastic down there. Okay. Okay. Blender brush.
All right.
All right.
Okay. Relatively clean. All right. So
Okay.
we're gonna tap the base. So I'm gonna keep this brush at a 45-degree angle at, where I'm at, wherever I'm at. It's at a 45-degree angle. And I'm just gonna tap at only the bottom. And maybe just watch me totally until
Okay.
I'm all done, so you can get the
Sorry.
hang of what we're doing.
Okay.
It can be easily overdone. That's why I say
Uh-huh.
just at the base, just making it misty.
Okay.
Kind of at the angle of where
Angle.
I went down.
Yeah.
And I can even kind of sometimes grab it intentionally and move it around.
Okay.
Okay, so
It's really
that's
interesting how oiling the canvas allows you to move the colors around the way that you want.
Yeah, you do it on purpose. You end up like being like, and I want a ridge right here, so I'll tap that ridge and kind of complete it. You even sometimes get
Pretty gnarly.
very nice. Okay, so we
ShanChan's
tap.
looking really good.
Let's clean.
Okay.
Tap and clean. Okay, so here's the tricky part here.
Okay.
So I'm almost going to lay this flat. So it's not way up here because then all of these bristles would be touching the canvas. Okay, so almost
Like
flat.
that. Almost flat.
And I'm going up the way I went down. And
Okay.
just watch me for
I'm
just
doing
a
the
second.
motions over it first.
Okay.
Without touching it.
So the way I went down. So see, I
Okay.
went down this way,
Yep.
so I go up that way. And not all the way to the very top.
Should I have tapped down more on those colors? It looks like you did more on the, I don't know.
Yeah, you can blend that out a little bit more if you like.
No, I really like it though. It's just, I don't know. It's just I feel like there's a blank spot under here, like unlike yours. Like mine doesn't go down as far. It like goes up like that. You know what I mean?
You can just add more now that you got
Shrubbery?
now that you got more of it. You can or got the hang of that. You can
Okay.
actually add more
Just
paint.
add
that,
a little bit more just to make it go down
Yep.
a little more.
Just hold it
Okay.
overhand.
Yep. Okay. And that was the purple.
I'm gonna go through a little bit of this purple color and just lighten up our water just a little bit.
So I've noticed that your mountain's a little more straight. I got like a splotchy area right there. Should I do a little blue?
Well, now that you're so good at it, you can just get that edge and just go like this. Watch. Just kind of perfect that that line, just going like that.
Yeah.
You don't even have to go all the way down. Plus our trees are gonna go right there, so we're gonna cover it up anyways.
Like that. That looks
Yeah.
better.
Perfect.
There.
That's
That,
beautiful.
that makes me feel better.
Yes.
Okay. It was just splotchy. It was a little weird.
Someone's having fun.
Mm-hmm.
All right, cool.
So fan, big
Fan
fan.
brush, and I'm gonna just lighten up my water. Oops, going as straight as I can. For some reason, I
Oh.
can't go straight
What
today.
color did you use?
I just went right in that purple color. I just want to lighten up this purple so that when we do this next step, it'll really show up.
Okay.
clean
on it
for
because we
you.
only used yours. Yeah. Little fan.
That's perfect. Little fan. Okay, and we're gonna go right into that dark purple color.
Okay.
Maybe being a little bit of blue. A little crimson if you like.
Okay. So I just put some of this on there.
Yep.
Okay.
Key to this is lots of paint, chiseled edge. Lots of paint, chiseled edge. The only reason why I'm going into those two colors is just to get more on my brush.
Okay.
Perfect, chiseled edge. Okay, so now I'm going to hold this at a 45-degree angle and tap. And all I care about is the top. I don't care about what it's doing at the bottom. And I'm going to tap up, up, up. Let's tap all the way up there.
Wow, look at that. That's crazy.
And just watch me for a second. I'll go all the way. I'm going to go up there and make that kind of. So if I make a tall one, I kind of tap down some into the water.
Yeah.
So that it mirrors.
Are you going to be done with your favorite blue or can you use it all?
You can use that one. We merged palettes. Okay, so let me continue here.
So you're basically just keeping the brush vertical and dabbing.
Yes. And mirroring it when I have.
Yeah, when you have a tall one, you gotta go
Yeah,
same
right.
down.
Yeah.
It's crazy how just that itty bitty little bit makes it look like trees.
Yep. And
Wow.
try not to swipe. It's a downward tap. It's a tap, 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 tap.
Okay. Like that.
Yes. Keep your brush angled up like this. And that's what gives you that treetop edge. Here. And if it starts getting fuzzy, that just means that you need more paint. So let's go ahead and just get all this paint that's all over
Okay.
and put it in a pile.
Okay. Okay.
Lots of paint, chiseled edge, right? That's the.
Lots of paint, chiseled edge.
Okay.
And tap, tap, tap with a 45-degree angle. Try not to swipe.
I'm sorry.
See, watch. Tap, 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 tap. Better, better, better. So what you're doing, let me change this for you.
Sorry.
Hey, there's nothing to apologize. Remember, this is your first time. It's my job to show you. So what you're doing and what you're trying to do is getting that top edge to show up.
Okay. Okay. I see what you're doing. Okay.
See? There you go. And don't go up too high because you want to kind of stay down below here with your,
Yeah.
like in front of your mouth.
It's not coming on again.
So go ahead and go into this dark blue,
Dark blue. Red.
dark crimson, yeah.
And okay.
That's just because you have a dark background there. Okay, and then kind of start a little bit lower, like down there. See, now you're getting those treetops. So
Okay.
you can just punch in those treetops.
I'm gonna go higher over here, right?
Yeah, go higher. And I think we're gonna stop right here. I think that's a great, a mountain, a great shorter mountain.
The mountain's over here. Why are the trees over here? Oh, okay. They're just smudged over there. I don't.
Okay, let me help you. So when you do this step, kind of stay lower to your mountain so that you don't get into that thick white.
Okay.
Okay, so right here, it's like just trying to keep those treetops, right?
Yeah. That. Okay. I don't know. This brush is like fanning, like it's going outward a lot more, and it's making it fuzzy.
Maybe I'll give you mine.
Yeah, it's just like I can't get it to a point. I think that's my problem.
But do you see how often I load the brush too?
Mm-hmm. Yeah. You gotta push down harder, more than like. There we go. There, maybe I got that better. Okay.
Wanna try it?
Yeah. You gotta go down here though too, right?
If it's a tall one,
Well, there's a
then
couple
add a
of
mirrored one. If it's
Yeah.
tall, then mirrored.
Right?
Very nice. That looks good.
Okay.
Okay, so now we're gonna go back to this one. Make sure it's cleaned off. Okay, so once again, if I hold it down so it's almost flat, then only these bristles touch. Whereas if I'm straight out like this,
Yeah, you're
then
gonna get
all
all
of
of
these bristles touch. So I want to go in the water and make a water line. Very light pressure. Pulling down, and that's what turns them back into water. But make a kind of a midline. Don't go too high up there.
Sorry.
And then go straight across
Got to clean it again?
in that water line, sure. But once again, it's almost laying flat. It's very light. Turning the bottom part back into water. Very nice. Okay, back to our knife. She went up. Hey, Mom. Well. Okay, and now this time I'm going to put my finger back on the blade. Okay, so right where we did that line, which is really hard to see, I'm going to start right here, and I'm going to work my brush back and forth so that it just goes off the edge. Very nice. Then reload. Okay, so this is like firm pressure. You see how much pressure I have on that?
Okay.
And I'm gonna now wiggle it so that it goes this way. Very nice. That's awesome. You are so good. I hope you're happy with that. You know how hard that is for
looking
most
pretty good.
people? Like impossible to get it right the first time, and you just nailed it. That is so good. Very cool. Okay, so now I want to just put some, I'm going to get my light lavender brush and just go through a little bit of this light color.
Did I dab the lavender again, or did it?
No, into
Just
this.
in this one.
Yeah, that one.
Okay.
Okay, this is a big brush, so I'll just use maybe just a little bit of it. And I'm going to just lightly pull up. Not everywhere, just in places. And this just kind of makes it look like maybe some bushes or tall trees. Not everywhere. Just to add a little bit of a highlight. If it looks funky, you can just darken it up again. By going over it. Just some detail.
Did I do it?
Yeah.
Okay, that looks like yours.
And then if you want, you can kind of tap into some of it where you feel like you got too much if you're not happy with it. Okay. Now I would say that this is a great place to just say that it's a completed painting and you did a great job. So, what do you think? You like it?
It's not as good as yours, but it's pretty.
I think it's lovely.
I like it. It's nice. You like it, honey?
Yeah, I think it's pretty good. Yeah.
I don't think my trees are like really putting in there very much because you have the tree line things down here, and I don't. If I did that again, would that work? If I just make the tree because this is too light right here.
Yeah, just tap in some shadows there. Just don't put too much paint because you'll take it and then you'll go down and across in that one spot or this way.
And just kind of
So then
feather
it's
it.
the same thing, just go down first and then across.
And then across.
Yep. Now here's a trick that we can
There.
do.
That looks a little better. That shadow
Yeah.
makes me feel better.
So if you want, you can do some highlights in the water.
Yeah, I can do highlights. That's nice.
By just doing some lines and
That was
then
this
go
one?
slightly over it. Just to pull
Those-
some
those
water
the blue?
lines. Yeah. Kind of have to do it both ways. Maybe I'm not diffusing it a little bit. That's pretty.
And then brush
And
it.
then, once again, it's almost laying flat. You just go lightly over it.
That looks a little better. Yeah.
Yeah. Okay, you want to see how I do a sparkly big star?
Okay.
Okay, I'm gonna borrow this one.
Okay.
Okay, so I'm gonna choose.
I might not do this, but I want to see how it looks good.
All right, you don't have to.
So back to the liquid white.
Back to the liquid one.
Now notice the brush you have there is really funky looking.
So this is a rubber tool.
Yeah,
Oh, it's a rubber brush.
Rubber, yes.
Okay.
Yeah, it's rubber. I'm just gonna get
Got
a
it.
little dot.
Mhm.
Okay, my hands. And I'll choose just to make a bigger dot than normal.
Almost like a fountain pen. That's how you're using this thing.
Oh, so you made the bright star right there.
Mm-hmm.
Just making the fans of it and stuff.
Just a little bit of
That's
a
cool.
brighter star. So, if you want to do it, you can, but you don't have to.
Should I, honey?
It's up to you, honey.
What do you think? Do you
I would.
Do you think I would?
This is supposed to be a learning experience. Do everything that you can.
All right, if you don't like it, all you have to do is just go like this. And ta-da, it's gone.
Okay.
So
That's pretty cool that you can remove stuff from a painting so easily.
Yes. So there you go.
Okay.
She never wore an apron.
I doubt she's gotten anything on her. She's pretty clean.
And it's like smeared. You can get the dot.
Okay, so you can redot it
Yeah.
and then still work from that smear. So, because it's not too bad of a smear. But look, if you just kind of redot it, you can
Yeah.
make it brighter.
Thank you. There we go.
Ooh,
Now
that's
does,
pretty.
now does that funky rubber brush come with that kit also?
I didn't see
No,
that.
that's like a special. That's actually a
clay, actually.
Oh, okay.
For clay.
Oh,
So.
that's pretty, right?
Yeah, I like that.
Yeah, that is so pretty, Mom. Look at her star. That is so cool.
Wow, so many people can't do that first
So
time.
many people can't do
A
that.
little bit smudgier than yours, but
Oh, it's great. It's so pretty.
so weird. I can shape it. This is really cool.
Isn't that cool? I love that.
There, that's a little
Very-
bit better. Yep,
that's so
I got the
pretty.
shape better.
Very
You like
nice.
it?
Mm-hmm.
Very nice.
I just smudged on that one, so it looks better now. Okay, I like
Okay.
it. Yep.
So now I'm going to take that tool, and this is way harder than that. So, ready? You ready for this?
Oh, sign our name.
Wow, fancy.
Ta-da!
Fancy.
If you want, you can work on your name a little bit. I know you're going to want to.
No, Shannon's already got a really cool signature.
Do I?
Mm-hmm.
You want me to do my signature by you want to do my the one that I do on my Christmas cards, or you want me to do my cursive? My cursive is like a scribble.
It's up to you. It's your
Yeah,
painting.
Yeah.
Great. And if you don't like it, watch. You can just go like this.
That's
and start
nuts.
over.
That is absolutely bonkers.
And a little bit smaller. There we go. ShanChan.
All right, let me sign mine here. There we go. And you have a completed, beautiful painting.
Wow.
Wow.
So I have a couple of questions,
wow.
just on maybe some techniques that we didn't cover here, like over here.
Many techniques we did.
Yeah, like this tree right here.
Uh-huh.
How would we paint that?
So this
Is that
tree,
with the putty knife
you
thingy
need
as
that-
well?
You need that light background,
Uh-huh.
right? And then you take, just kind of like the mountain, we get the dark brown, like the almost black base.
Mm-hmm. And would that be with a fan brush?
And then you scrape it off and make it so that it's just black first. And then you start adding highlights with the knife, add colors. You almost go like this. Like a touch and drag
Uh-huh.
at a vertical angle.
Okay.
And then blend very lightly with the blender brush.
Mm-hmm. Now what about the leaves here?
So with the leaves, that's probably Gilbert.
Okay, so that's going to be a regular paintbrush.
Yeah, but you would do dark first, and,
Uh-huh.
then,
And then
just
dab?
a tap highlights. Just
Okay.
tap, tap, tap.
Uh-huh.
You can use this or the fan brush.
Okay.
The corner of the fan brush.
And
Oh, I forgot that. That's
the sun over here.
Sun
Would that be a
finger
dab in the middle?
painting.
Oh, it's finger painting?
So you get on your palette,
Uh-huh.
you do a circle on your palette,
Okay.
and then you bring it up, and you do a circle right over that yellow spot.
Then you'd fade it with the brush.
Yep,
right?
and then go fade it very lightly over that.
Okay. Okay, I think that's everything that I'm seeing here that I had questions about.
Sorry, I touched up. Easy. I touched up with it.
Okay, let me show you.
You gonna make a moon?
Yep. Each time you kind of have to get new paint. Kind of want it to be a little bit bluer. Blue moon. Not doing very good with my circle.
Those are all gonna be horizontal strokes for this, right?
Well, you can sometimes
For the most
kind
part.
of fan it out like that. Make it just fan out all the way.
Cool.
I'm gonna go through it one more time. What I want is like white or white. But I don't have it.
And they're good teachers.
I don't like my signature.
I'm telling you, they're excellent teachers.
Right, I am taking away my signature. It doesn't look
Yeah, I'm
good.
almost. It's just not pulling that. I've been hydrating like crazy. That's all I can do. I just can't get enough.
That's pretty
beverage
cool.
in it.
Here we go.
I took off my signature. I didn't like it.
Okay. So another thing that you can do when it dries is get a Sharpie and just Sharpie it in.
Yeah, I didn't like the signature. My grandmother used to just put her initials. Maybe
For
I
your
should
first
just do
painting,
initials.
honey, that's pretty
Everybody
awesome.
signs their paintings. I think it's beautiful.
Yeah, that's pretty.
Yeah, I think you did a great job.
I could just sign the back and then
Scale is so nice.
I don't need to ruin it.
And I'm just gonna scrape it off onto the palette because I don't want all of this going into my
Right.
thinner.
Using the putty knife or whatever, right?
Yeah, but
Okay.
but at the same time I'm gentle. I'm not cutting into that to the point where I'm cutting the fan brush. There's no need for that. Okay, and then the same thing with this 1 inch.
Yeah, because all these paints are oil based, right?
Yeah.
So you can't just run the brush under the sink and get it out.
Yeah, exactly. Okay, so then let's go to our paint thinner. Now we always have a wash and a rinse bucket.
Okay.
Okay, it's like washing dishes, right? If you were to just use one, it wouldn't be rinsed off all the way. And I want you to see this.
Oh, that's that little thingy that came in the kit.
Yes.
I was
this
wondering
is
what that
little
was.
Screen.
Okay.
It's to wash the brushes, yeah.
And obviously this is my wash thinner bucket, and that's my rinse thinner bucket.
Okay, now does the other one have one of those thingies in it too?
They both have that.
Okay.
So I keep that
And
down.
you're with the
in the
grating
thinner.
side up.
Now I want you to pay attention that I have this plastic bag in there.
Uh-huh.
Okay, because at the end I'll take this out and I'll let the paint settle and then wait like 3 or 4 days, and then I'll pour it into a new plastic bag, and the paint will settle to the bottom and it'll be clean thinner again. So I'll recycle the thinner.
Okay, that's cool.
Okay.
Now both of these have paint thinner, right? They're
Yes.
both the exact same thing?
This is both paint thinner.
Okay.
That's
Okay.
the one that we use.
Okay.
But
Now you're just brushing it against the grate that's in there,
Yes,
right?
yes.
Okay.
Squeeze out the excess.
And when it's the fan, you want to make sure to go like this and not,
Yeah, not
Right.
straight into
Yeah.
it,
Because then
but just
you'll
kind
bust the
of.
bristles.
exactly.
Yeah, I want to be careful. So I'm going like this in that
Yeah,
bottom
like you're painting.
thing.
Uh-huh.
Okay. And this is a small fan brush, so I just usually just take out the dirty thinner and then go into the clean thinner, the rinse thinner. Squeeze it out. And nothing comes out into a paper towel, so this one's done.
Okay.
Okay, so then same thing.
Yeah, brush.
But there's an added step with these big brushes.
Okay.
With the 1 inch and the 2 inch and the big fans. The big fans, I do this. So I'm gonna squeeze out the excess thinner. Maybe do that a couple times. Squeeze, squeeze. Then, have you ever seen Bob beat the devil out of it? Well, that's a beater rack. That's beating the devil out of it. That's his saying, right?
That's basically just like a dishwasher.
That
Yeah.
was the
Rack
thing that we
or
had on
something,
our
isn't
bathroom thing, remember?
Mm-hmm.
Clean
Look at
brush. If I tap into it, it comes
Wow.
out clean.
Look at that.
All right. So there you go. That's how to clean brushes.
Okay.
All
Awesome.
right.
Is that all there is to it?
Yep, that's it.
All right,
As long
cool.
as you have the beater rack and
Get a
a
picture of the
bucket,
frame and everything?
and don't forget about this plastic bag.
Yeah.
Right.
So we can recycle the thinner and
Yep.
make it last longer.
And then don't leave the screen in with
Take it
the
out.
take
you
it
don't
out
want it to like be dissolved
because
in
it'll get all gunky with that
Yep,
paint
with the
thinner
paint and
that's
stuff,
settled.
yeah.
Okay.
With the paint that's settled, yeah. So there you go. And then you can keep this closed when it's done.